Are the Chicago Bulls Jimmy Butler's team? Welcome to the All-In Fantasy Basketball Podcast. We have Max and we have Randy and myself, Dan. So this week, what's hot in the pot? Jimmy Butler. Do you guys think he's the best shooting guard in the NBA right now? No? Why not? Why not? Why don't you think that?
I think Harden's the best shooting guard in the league right now.
Medium to small to medium sample size. I'm not saying he's trash. I'm not saying he's not in the conversation, but I think we need to see a little bit more.
Okay, so in regards to that then, what would you guys say is your top five shooting guards in the NBA right now from a fantasy perspective, now that Eric Bledsoe is also out as well too? Start with Max.
Klay Thompson,
He's number one?
James Harden, James Harden and Klay Thompson.
Okay.
Okay,
I have
Bledsoe's out. Jimmy Butler, probably third. Dwayne Wade's playing out of his mind right now. And DeRozan's playing out of his mind right now. I think I missed someone. I think I missed someone who's low-key having a really good season. I can't remember who he is.
How about you, Randy?
I have Harden 1, Butler 2, Clay at 3, DeMar at 4, and Gordon Hayward at 5.
Oh, Gordon
Is he a small
Hayward.
forward?
I think he
he's
plays small forward now, but he's supposed to be a shooting guard. Like, I think just based on his situation right now, he is playing small forward.
Yeah.
But I do like having Gordon Hayward in the talks. We love Gordon Hayward.
Yeah, that's we do.
Okay, so those are your top five. I'm pretty much same thing as well too. I think James Harden is the best shooting guard. Then Jimmy Butler, Klay Thompson, DeMar DeRozan. Number five is really hard. I don't want to reach and say Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, it's a little risky.
Man, that fifth spot is hard. I can't decide my fifth.
Watch like a Heat game. He looks really good. He doesn't okay. I mean, in a fantasy standpoint, he doesn't fill out the stat sheet as much as he used to, but he looks really good this season.
Right.
He looks
From
really good.
the way that he's actually playing, like he's
Yeah,
making moves, man.
yeah,
But yeah, like if you look at the past like the season stats for Jimmy Butler, he's been pretty solid all around. But
yeah.
these past 5 games that he's played, like look at those numbers there. What is he putting up in that regard?
42, 42 and a half.
He's
Oh man, I watched that out. Like this can't be happening. Like
dude.
Terrence Ross shut him down in like the first half. Got like 2 points, and then yeah,
He got injured too, right? He
Danny
went to the
Green's-
locker room.
yeah.
He was
And
like
then
all
he came back
bloodied or
and he
something.
just
Yeah,
saw blood and seeing red. Explosive heart.
dude. Did you know that this guy's motto is what is it? No rear view mirror or whatever. He's just gonna look forward and not look in the rear view mirror. And he literally took the rear view mirror out of his car. That's kind of too literal,
Okay,
don't you
first of all,
think?
okay. First of all, that's ridiculous. And when you're running a fast break, it's probably good to like take a look at if there's anyone behind you, like a LeBron going for a chase down or something.
Right. I mean, it's a good mentality because he just wants to like, he's not worrying about the past. He's just gonna keep going forward and keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
But when you take it so literally and take out the rearview mirror in your car, like, you need
Yeah,
that
like
shit.
he's going to get pulled over, and
Oh,
he's going
for
to get
sure.
fined. It's not going to cost as much as a technical foul, but he's going to get fined.
Oh my god. Anyway, so other things that are hot in the pot this week. We have Rudy Gobert. He's just coming back from a injury. He's only played 2 games since he's been back in the starting lineup. I mean, the Utah Jazz has been hurting pretty offensively. He's gonna have a lot of things to that he needs to do for the team. What do you guys think about him so far in the season, and what he's gonna be able to do for the rest of the season?
I think he's going to keep putting up blocks and like very defensive numbers. Utah has the best it's one of the best rim protecting teams in the league, and Gobert and his backup, I forgot his name, but they eat up blocks all day long. So they'll definitely help him in the block category.
Yeah, what is he averaging on the season? 2.6 blocks a game,
Yeah, 2.6. Yeah.
and he's pretty
I
much
forgot the
getting
name of
back
his
into
backup, but his
that.
backup was really good too. Yeah, his backup was really good too.
Yeah, and I mean he hasn't been rebounding very well since he's been back. Well, he's only been
Yeah.
playing 2 games and limited as well too. But even in those limited minutes, he's got 2 blocks a game already. So,
Yeah.
and he's scoring really well
I'm,
too.
I'm impressed.
Um, do you think he's gonna start working offensively as well? Like if you drafted him early in the season or just early rounds, I think some people are drafting him second round even. Um, do you think he's gonna finally live up to that, or do you still think he's gonna be, just rebounds and blocks and that's it?
I had him in the third round of my league, and I really only drafted him for the rebounds and the blocks. He wasn't much of an offensive threat last season,
Right.
and he doesn't look like much one now. I think
Yeah.
he can still get you double-double, like in the low teens.
But you're saying that maybe 15 points a game is a little bit of a reach.
I don't think they run any plays for that kid, so I don't know how he's gonna get 15.
That's true.
Yeah.
He might
He
have
gets
to fight
15,
for.
it's,
He might have to fight for a lot of like offensive rebounds or something, or putbacks and dunks. Maybe if he rolls better, he'll get some alley oops off a pick and roll or
maybe.
something.
Yeah.
We also got, let's see, J.R. Smith, Cleveland Cavaliers. This guy has been crazy as of late. And this is something that he also did last year around the same time as well. He got really, really hot. And so far, in the past 3 games, he's hit 18 three-pointers out of 30 shots, 30 attempts, shooting 60% from three-point range. The downside is he's only getting to the free throw line in those 3 games just twice. What are your thoughts on J.R. Smith and the rest of the season?
I would ride J.R. Smith. He's a streaky shooter, and when he feels it, he feels it. He won't get you much of anything else besides points and three-pointers, but he could win a week for you easily when he's hot.
Is he something that you would try to keep, or do you think maybe with a less experienced fantasy player, because he has those really, really nice points, would you try to dish him or something? Try to trade him away?
It depends what you can get
I'll
back.
trade him.
I'd trade him. He's open
I'd
for
trade
trades.
him.
Like I said, he's streaky. I wouldn't have the confidence to say he could do this entire season.
That's true. I
I
mean,
definitely don't.
he's playing amazing. Like his field goal percentage in the last 3 games is like 62%. That's just ridiculous. He's not gonna shoot like that. He's like a low 40% shooter on average. So
I think now that Kyrie is back, it's going to help him in terms of the offensive production, because now you have like another two guard, there's another guard as a 3-point threat and a driving threat. So
mhm.
I think his numbers are going to be better than when the season just started. But he's a streaky shooter. He's
Right.
always the type of player that both teams are afraid of. You're afraid of him when he's on your team because he can shoot you out of the game, or he can shoot you back in the game. So if you're risk adverse, I don't like J.R. Smith.
Yeah, it's definitely true. I agree with you 100%. And like, just to look on the stats there, like he shot like 10 threes one game, 14 threes one game. So like, that's
Yeah.
literally all he's doing. He's just taking threes all day
He's
long.
shooting threes.
And like,
He's
I
3
mean,
and dunks.
if
3
he
and D,
makes them,
3
he
and
makes
dunks,
them.
not 3 and defense.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you have guys that are just looking at those kind of numbers and they're not looking that he has no assists, no rebounds, no blocks. He's pretty good on steals too, but otherwise, there's nothing there other than steals, threes, and points. Um,
Yeah, pretty much.
if you're in a super deep league and you manage to pick him up, like yeah, ride him till the wheels fall off. Another guy that's very similar to Lou Williams, I mean J.R. Smith, is Lou Williams. I love this guy, the real MVP. Um, he has been crazy as of late as well too. Like the Lakers, obviously they don't have a lot of offense going for them, and I think Lou Williams is like the second or third option on offense. Um, like what did he have in regards to the season?
Oh, I think we just lost him.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him back in.
Okay, for Lou Williams, I think, like J.R. Smith, you just gotta ride him while he's hot. There's really not much you can do. He does give you a little more in terms of assists, rebounds, steals, but oh yeah, also we gotta remember his free throw percentage is actually very good as well. I think lately he's been shooting 90% from the line,
Hmm.
so he can help you in that stat. While J.R. doesn't.
What about like what are his stats in the last 5 games? Like he's been going on a crazy tear in scoring and everything like that. He's carrying them really hard. Like what are his numbers looking there? And do you think he's going to continue to be putting up those kind of numbers?
Over the last 5, I think he's dropped about 25, along with 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and at that pace, what, three-pointers a game. I don't think that's sustainable. Even when he was playing really well on the Raptors, he wasn't getting this kind of numbers. I think he'll probably go back closer to a season average of 15 points, about 1.5 threes a game. Maybe a little uptick, maybe 2 threes a game, 18 points, something like that.
I still think the Raptors should have kept him. I really liked the way that he was playing with the team. I think he was a solid fit. I honestly think the Raptors could be doing better with him. Because right now, in terms of offense, it's just DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry. And right now, JV is putting some numbers up as well too. But they don't have any other consistent scorer. Like if they need somebody to like put up numbers and score buckets, they don't really have that.
I think, yeah, if the Raptors want to make a run, I think they're going to have to adjust that. Trading for someone that can score.
Hmm.
They made the decision to spend the money on DeMarre Carroll, even though Lou Williams wasn't asking for the
All right. Well, we also have Otto Porter Jr. Otto Porter, he has been really consistent for Washington all year long, and recently with the injuries to Bradley Beal and all that stuff, you've really seen him step it up a little bit as well. It's not extremely noticeable, but like his numbers are increasing, and I think he's a solid guy to have every single week in and week out. Like, what do you think about Otto Porter Jr.? And do you think those numbers are going to continue to trend upwards, or is that it?
I think he has a chance to slowly creep up. The numbers right now he has are pretty modest. On the season, he's averaging about 12 points a game. He's up to about 14, 15 points a game over the last 15. So there is room to grow. He's not scoring at a pace. His percentages are improving.
Oh.
And, they're not
Hey Max, welcome back.
Oh, hey Max. And Otto Porter does give you the rebounds.
Got dropped again.
He does give you some defense in terms of steals and half a block.
Yeah, his steals number is pretty good for a small forward, power forward, and I mean his shooting percentage is really good too. Free throws is not that bad, but you think you're pretty much gonna see him steady at what he is at right now?
I think he might get a boost of maybe 2 points, 3 points. Maybe he'll average 16, 17 points a game. I think that's possible. I'd like to see that. But it also depends if when Bradley Beal comes back, what kind of effect he has on his game in terms of how many shots he's going to take away from him.
Right, but then at the same time, I think Bradley Beal's going to be put on a minutes cap as well too, right? So I don't know if that's going to affect Otto Porter too much. And like again, he's been pretty consistent. I mean, all the productive guys on the team have been pretty consistent. Like you see John Wall, he's getting double doubles every single night. Marcin Gortat, he's been pretty solid consistently as well too. Yeah, I think Otto Porter's pretty solid to have. I mean, especially in a deep league, if you have him, I don't see why you're not putting him in your starting lineup every single time.
He's definitely given a good value this season.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I said what I said before was Bradley Beal, when he's healthy, averages 17 shots a game. So, it's got to come from somewhere.
True. Los Angeles Clippers, we have JJ Redick. This guy has been on a tear recently. He's shooting a crazy amount of threes, shooting the lights out from pretty much everywhere except for the free throw line. He's only got to the free throw line a couple of times, so he's not getting to the line enough. But when he does, he's gonna score every single time as well too. He's kind of the same as your Lou Williams and J.R. Smith, where he's only going to give you points and three-pointers. But, I mean, for a shooting guard that's doing that, he's scoring at a 58.5% efficiency. Like, what do you think about J.J. Redick, and is this something that he can keep up?
I don't think he can keep up the crazy field goal percentage that he has, like you said, almost 60%. But I think he can keep up with the threes a game. Still doesn't hurt you at the free throw line. He'll give you like 1 rebound, 1 assist, maybe 1 steal. So I can see his scoring average go down a little bit. I don't think he can keep it at 20, but he can definitely do 15 plus.
Do you think this is mainly because of Blake Griffin being out, or? Like, I mean, he's still doing pretty good even when Blake Griffin was there. But when Blake Griffin does come back, do you think that's going to be a huge hit, or do you think it's just going to be a modest drop?
I think it'll be a modest drop. With Blake out, you're getting a lot of shots to other players. I think Blake probably averages about 18 shots a game. So that's how he gets his 24 points a game, right? So everybody's benefiting. Jamal Crawford looks better. Austin Rivers looks better. Everyone looks better now that Blake Griffin is giving up his 18 shots a game.
True.
So again, depends what Doc Rivers does and how he spreads the shots around, even when Blake Griffin comes back.
Yeah, and Blake Griffin does pass the ball as well too when needed. So like, he's pretty up there in assists, like over 5 assists a game or around that. So I mean, JJ Redick is still gonna get the ball if he's open. And the main thing is that he looks healthy. Like, JJ Redick has always had lingering injuries and all that stuff like that, and right now he's playing like he's healthy. Miami Heat, the Dragon. Looks like he's finally found his offensive touch. Like, he started off really slow and sluggish this year. I was really disappointed in him, especially seeing him come from Phoenix and like just lighting up and being. I feel like he was snubbed for an All-Star appearance, but right now he's getting his scoring touch back. And do you think he's going to be able to keep this up on this Miami Heat offense, or do you think it's temporary?
I think he's going to be able to continue this pace. In Phoenix, he was amazing. In the first year at Miami with Watch Out, he was pretty good as well. I think he's just finding a way to gel with all his team members. Because last season he barely played with Bosh, and now Bosh is back, and Bosh, he needs his touches because he's going to score 24 for you, something like that.
Right.
So I think he's starting to develop a rhythm and some chemistry with his teammates. And surprisingly, over the stretch, his assist totals have fell. Maybe he's just not focusing that much on his assists as he feels like his scoring touch is coming back.
I think you're absolutely right. His assist numbers have dropped down, and what I've noticed is that Dwayne Wade has been handling the ball a lot, which maybe is another reason why Goran Dragic is not really in his zone. Because, I mean, coming from Phoenix, where he was playing behind Steve Nash and under his mentorship, he has to be a kind of player that is used to like the pick and roll offense, the fast pace, having the ball in his hand type of player, right? And now he's forced to kind of play off the ball a little bit. But I mean, his field goal percentage has shot up a lot, and I think that is because he's getting to the like all of his shots are around the rim. Like he's getting his layups and everything like that. But I've always said that they have probably the scariest front or starting lineup in the East. Maybe the best starting lineup in the East. And I think if they can all keep it up, they're a really scary team. I think they can give Cleveland a run for their money.
I don't have that much faith in Miami. I think unless they find some magic, like the San Antonio Spurs playing old or injured, I don't know.
Well, they have Pat Riley, so you know Pat Riley makes moves. Like, who would have thought that they would be so good right now after LeBron James had left? They got Hassan Whiteside out of nowhere. They got Gerald Green, who's putting up crazy numbers off the bench. Surprisingly, they dealt Chalmers and Shabazz Napier and Norris Cole. Do they have Napier still? No, right?
No, they're all gone. They were all, I would say, trash, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm being too harsh again.
That's true. It's true. I always said that Chalmers was not a starting point guard at any other team, and that proves to show. So, last guy on this What's Hot in the Pot segment, we have Draymond Green. Talk to me about this guy, man.
This guy has been amazing. 4 triple doubles in the last 6 games.
Yeah.
He's given you 15 points, 10 rebounds, 1.5 3. His 3 throws aren't really there, but you can't complain when he's giving you over a steal, over a block, and at that position he gives you 7 assists.
Yeah, he's stuffing the stat sheets like crazy. This guy's a fantasy stud. And he's leading the league right now with 8 triple doubles on the season. Rondo is the next guy up, and he's only got 4. Like, this guy is so productive. Like, I'm just gonna shoot some quick questions about Draymond Green. Okay, is this guy a fantasy stud? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Is he worth the $80 million that they paid him?
Yes.
Is he worth more than the $80 million that they paid him?
I don't know. 80 is already a lot of money.
Would you say he is the most important player on this team?
No.
No?
No.
I think it's in the discussion.
No. If
Like-
anything, I might put him before Clay, but I wouldn't put him over Steph Curry.
Okay.
Imagine if you took either one of those players from the team. What is the Warriors without Steph Curry?
Well, they're still winning.
No,
They've only got 2 losses on the season.
But if you think about it, you go late into the playoffs, and you don't have your go-to Steph Curry who just boogies and jacks up 3-pointers from half court.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to win you championships. Like, not to say Draymond Green isn't amazing with his set of skills, but most of it is defense, right? With the steals and blocks.
But he's leading his team in assists.
it's easy when you're passing to Steph Curry. Like, I could average 10 assists a game, and all I have to do is pass to Steph Curry at the three-point line.
That's true. But like the passes that Draymond Green aren't like simple passes too. Like he's actually making plays. Like he's a playmaker. Like he's definitely, I think, really underrated as a player. Do you think he's an All-Star candidate?
So, if anything, you can call him the Pippen to Steph Curry's Jordan.
Okay.
But I wouldn't say you. Who would ever say Pippen is better than Jordan?
I guess so. That's true. So he definitely deserves to be an All-Star, right?
I think so, but the West is pretty deep in the forward spots.
Okay. Is he an MVP candidate? No? Man, I'm really liking this guy. Like, man, I feel like I think you're right in a lot of ways. Like, I can see the Golden State Warriors getting really far without Steph Curry, like they did without Jordan, and they had Pippen. But I don't think they can win the championship without Stephen Curry. So, I mean, Draymond Green is a solid player. I think he's one of those players that will make any team good because he does what you ask him to do. But yeah, I think this Golden State core is like super solid. There's like nothing wrong with this team at all. It's really well built.
So they're going to be good for the next 2-3 seasons.
Yeah, they're solid, man. And then it goes to show too, like their play style is changing the way that the NBA as well too. Everyone's going small ball now. That's why like you have Toronto with Jonas Valanciunas, and they play him less than 30 minutes a game. Like they would love to play him more. He's putting up some really good numbers in the amount of minutes he's playing, but like it's a small ball league right now. Sucks to be a big man.
Well, I also think the big men here now just don't have the skill set they did before.
That's true too. Like
They're
you don't you don't see a lot of big men that play with their back to the basket anymore.
I think DeMarcus Cousins is probably the best big man in terms of offense right now.
In terms of offense,
He's just ridiculous.
that's
His
true.
offense.
Because he can play with his back to the basket. He does have post moves, and he can play facing the basket too. And like this guy's athletic as hell. Like you saw him with that game winner the other day where he curled at the top of the key. Like that was ridiculous. You don't see big men doing that to win a game. But at the same time, he was being guarded by Zaza Pachulia. So give me 1 second. Got some like construction going on in my house. Do you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear power drill. On it.
It's like a saw. Is it really loud too?
It's not. It doesn't hurt my ears or anything, but yeah, it can get pretty loud.
It's distracting. God damn it. Anyways. Alright, so next segment we have is the Greg Oden Clinic. The GOC. First guy I want to talk about. Man, this guy pissed me off this week, man. Friggin' Omri Caspi. I gave this guy so much love last week in our last podcast with how well he was doing and everything like that, and he didn't play a single game for me this week. Talk to me about this guy.
What is there to say? It was amazing. He just stopped playing. It looks like a day-to-day injury. I don't know when he's coming back. I haven't really followed up with his injury, but when he comes back, I think he'll be good. I don't think he'll be like 20 points a game good, but he could do some work for your team.
So he's gonna pick up like where he left off, kind of.
Yeah, I think, but not the 58% shooting he was doing before, but he can definitely be a contributor on your fantasy team.
Okay. I mean, while he's been out, the main benefactor has been Quincy AC getting all his minutes. But this guy is not worth a shit either, so don't pick him up.
Just shout out, he was a former Raptor.
He was a former Raptor?
Yes. He came over with
Rudy Gay.
I forget. Rudy Gay. He came over in the Rudy Gay trade.
Yeah, and then he left with Rudy Gay. He was doing better as a Raptor than he is a Sacramento King. Like, we actually played him quite a lot at power forward. But Omri Caspi, he's, again, like you said, his injury's day to day. Are you going to risk putting him in your lineup this week?
If I had him, I don't know. I haven't really kept up with his injury, but
He's already sat out for a week.
how deep your team is. It depends how deep your team is. If your team isn't deep, maybe you'd roll on him, but I probably wouldn't. They only got 3 games next week, and if he misses one, he's not that good of a player where he's going to give you amazing 2-game lead.
That's true.
But he is. But they are facing 2 terrible teams in Utah, and Utah's not even terrible anymore. So it's just New Orleans, and they got 2 games against one against Utah, one against the Clippers. I don't think it. Yeah, why bother? Just sit down.
Well, the position he plays against the Clippers, like, they don't really have a small forward, so maybe he can put up some numbers in the Clippers as well too. I mean, if you're looking at the Clippers team, if they were playing like 4-4, solid team. Maybe the best in the league, but man, they need to do something about that small forward position. All right, so next injury, you just mentioned the New Orleans Pelicans. Anthony Davis went out with an injury in his last game. He only had 2 points or something. You have Anthony Davis, right?
Yes, he
All right.
hurts me.
Tell me
He
a
keeps
little bit
hurting me
about him.
every other week. I think he's been out for 1 game. He left early 1 game, and he's not going to play, I think, today as well. So he's given me pretty much nothing all week. And it's hurting me. It's hurting me pretty good.
And wasn't he just starting to play like a first round pick again? Or first overall pick?
Yes. like last week, I gave him a shout out. Thank God he could overtake Steph Curry with the injury. If he doesn't get hurt, I think I'm gonna start doing shout outs for my players.
Seriously, right? All right. Yeah, all your players are out, and like I shout out Jared Jack, and he's out and everything. We need to start. We need to start doing shout outs, man. Shout out to Steph Curry, man.
Shout out to Steph Curry. I need him hurt.
Oh man, but let's see. The guys that are benefiting from Anthony Davis being out, I mean, I don't think anybody is gonna sneakily get into the mix here. It's guys that are already productive, Tyreek Evans, Ryan Anderson. So you're not gonna be able to do anything about that. You can't pick them up and expect anything big. Their numbers are just gonna go up a little bit, and maybe Tyreek is gonna drop in a little bit of efficiency. But that's pretty much it. Would you put Anthony Davis back in your lineup on Monday?
I don't have a choice. My team is not very deep right now. So even if he's going to give me some goose eggs, it's better than what I have on the bench.
You're going to take that risk, eh? Even if he plays like 2 games, he's going to be better than those guys on your bench that play 4?
Like, looking at my bench, I have maybe I'd play Cody Zeller. I have Joakim Noah. I have Jusuf
Nurkic?
Nurkic.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't have a lot of big man options here. And I don't know if any of those 3 guys are gonna help me out more than like 2 games from Anthony Davis.
That's true. I think I would do the same thing. Even if Anthony Davis can play 2 games, he's gonna be better than those guys playing 4. So. We have Nicholas Batum, Charlotte Bobcats. This guy is out with a some sort of a toe injury, which is pretty soft. But I guess if you're hurt in the toe, you can't run. Um, he's their second offensive option on the team, surprisingly, second to Kemba Walker. He's been putting really big numbers if you've had him. So it does hurt if you have Batum and he's not able to do that for you right now. But the guy who is putting up some good numbers while Batum is out, we love him. He's Asian. Linsanity 2.0. Talk about him.
You just did it. You just gave him a shout out. He's next game.
Linsanity. Actually, yeah, he did get injured. He has an ankle sprain day to day. So he did really well, and we don't even know if he's gonna be playing again. Like shit. Fucking Jeremy Lin.
Hope he's good to go tonight. They say he's questionable, but overall, all seriousness, yeah, he's been putting up some big numbers. 17 points per game. He's giving you 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.5 threes. He's doing this with efficiency as he's shooting pretty good from the field. 48%.
Right, and then the thing too is that even though Batum is out and Batum plays a small forward, Jeremy Lin is playing a lot of minutes at shooting guard. So I feel like this could be a sign that even when Batum comes out, Jeremy Lin is still going to get some run. Would you say it's safe to stash him? And is this really a Linsanity 2.0 that's coming? Or like a 1.5 maybe?
I hope so. It's exciting. I want to see it happen. But I think Charlotte just playing a little small ball right now, especially with Al Jefferson out. They've been going pretty small, and it's been working because they've been playing all their guards. Like Jeremy Lamb has been doing well as well.
Yeah, like their number one or number two offensive option should be Al Jefferson, and he hasn't done jack shit for them. So it's good that these guys are stepping up and they're still able to produce some nice numbers in terms of fantasy. So that's pretty good. The Memphis Grizzlies have a couple injuries here. We'll talk about the first guy, Mike Conley, Achilles injury. The main guy that's benefiting from this is Muriel Chalmers. He's finally getting into the starting lineup again. So yeah, what do we have from Muriel Chalmers in these last 5 games or so?
It's not pretty, but it's some stats it's reminiscent to his Miami days. Very, very low shooting percentage, field goal and free throws. But he'll give you threes, he'll give you dimes and assists, and possibly average in the mid-teens in terms of points.
Right, and he's always been a good player in terms of steals as well. So yeah, you're probably gonna look at 1.5 while he's around. Actually, the free throws are actually surprising because he was actually a pretty decent free throw shooter in Miami, like maybe 80% or so. So seeing that 70% free throw percentage is pretty surprising. It's a low for him, but otherwise, yeah, he's a pretty solid pickup if he's available until Mike Conley returns. The other injury on the Memphis Grizzlies is Courtney Lee. He has some sort of a hip injury, and the guy stepping up for Courtney Lee is Tony Allen. And what do you have on Tony Allen?
Tony Allen, he's the thief. You know, he's averaging over 2 steals. In terms of points, he doesn't really give you very much. But field goal wise, he's shooting over 50%. It doesn't really give you much in terms of assists or blocks. But he'll give you a couple rebounds here and there as well. So he's not bad. You know, some guy you put at the end of your lineup just to get some steals and peripheral stats.
Mm-hmm. Last guy from our hometown team, Toronto Raptors, DeMarre Carroll. This guy came back. He's been like out most of the season with injury. He came back finally, and now what is the thing? He has to do surgery or something. So he's gonna be out for a while.
Surgery. It says it's estimated to be 6 to 8 weeks, so it's a long way to go.
Right. He hasn't really done much for us at all. Like, we paid him a lot of money to do nothing.
He got $80 million, something.
I think
like
60 million. 60 million.
60, sorry.
Yeah,
60 million over 4 years, right?
I think so. And yeah, he hasn't done much at all for us, and he's not great in terms of fantasy. And it's hard to say who's going to benefit from him being out too, because you have guys like Terrence Ross, Patrick Patterson, James Johnson. They're not consistent. Any one of those guys can get hot on any given night. So it's really risky picking those guys up and expecting them to carry you, or being a sneaky ad on a certain week or matchup.
To be fair, Carroll did start off the season pretty good. He was contributing points, rebounds, steals, like almost 2 threes a game. But like you said, injuries have hurt. Pretty much nobody has gotten the return on the investment they made on DeMarre Carroll, fantasy-wise, or the Raptors.
I think I'm just a hater because I thought the deal was bad right from the beginning. I mean, he's a good player, but 60 million? Come on, man. We could have had the real MVP.
You gotta overpay. You gotta overpay to get people to play defense in Toronto.
Yo, why do you need defense when you have the real MVP? You can just put up threes.
Paul Pierce.
He was only 7 million.
Stroller. Okay. Paul Pierce was dribbling with a walker and hitting like threes all over the Raptors. So it means time to get something to play some defense.
It's true. It's true. Okay, so our next segment, I'm gonna call this segment "Get That Weak Shit Out of Here," and basically what we're gonna do is I'm gonna list pairs of players, and you have to make a decision between who you want out of the two, if you have to make a choice. So this is for you guys who you're looking for a sneaky ad this week maybe, and you can't decide between which one of these two guys you want to pick. So first pair we have is Cody Zeller and Frank Kaminsky, Charlotte Bobcats.
Okay, I owned both these guys at one point, and I put a lot of faith in them. And right now, I would say Zeller all the way, easy, 10 out of 10.
I definitely agree. I was really big on Frank Kaminsky, and he's just been a complete shitter as of late. All right, next pair we have the Twins. They're on different teams, but they're pretty much the same player. Marcus Morris or Markieff Morris.
I honestly don't want either player on my but if I had to pick, I would keep.
Oh, welcome back, Max.
Hopes he gets traded.
A summoner has reconnected. Sorry, the internet went out in my area, so I was in the blackout for a little bit.
Alright, no problem. Okay, so we just started this segment called Get That Weak Shit Out of Here, where you have to pick two of I'm gonna give you a pair of players, and you're gonna pick which of the two that you want to have if you need to put one of these guys in your lineup, okay? But before we get onto that, I know before you got disconnected, you did want to shit on the real MVP a little bit, so I'm gonna give you that opportunity to backtrack.
All right, Lou Williams, Lou Williams will put up numbers for 10 games in a row. I give him 10 games, and then he's going to poop on the bed for the remainder of the season. And I'm calling it now. He's playing really well right now, so pick him up if you have to. But then I'm telling you right now, okay? He's gonna play really well in a Monday game, and then he's gonna go like 1 of 19 for the rest of the week. So you heard it here first, and you have been warned.
But who else is gonna take on the scoring load? Like they're literally just letting him go now. He's getting 40 points a game, 30 points a game, 20 points a game. Like they're just letting him go ham and have fun.
I'd rather give shots to Kobe.
You rather give shots to Kobe and just tank the
I'd rather
season?
give shots to Kobe. Let him cement his legacy in the last season in the Lakers. Or if not, give it to Russell, give it to Jordan Clarkson, and give it to that other young guy. I forgot what his name is. Yeah, there we go. Julius Randle.
It's not like Kobe isn't getting a shot.
Yeah, Kobe's still leading the team in
20 shots
points.
a game.
Yeah, then give Kobe more shots. Let him drop 82 on someone again. Okay. Lou Williams is good if your team is doing well. Okay, and I'm saying this is because I watched Lou Williams play practically every single game last season because that was his contract year as well.
Mm-hmm.
He will make you win really hard, but he will also make you lose really hard. He'll shoot you out of the game. So I don't know, and that's a similar situation of J.R. Smith. I'm as afraid of him on our team than on the other guy's team, and it's the same for fantasy. He can win you a week and he can lose you a week.
True.
Alright, okay, I'm done. So,
Alright, so we're getting back to the get that weak shit out of here segment. So, Randy already went through 2 of these guys. I'll go back to these 2 just for you, Max. Which of the 2 are you going to pick? Cody Zeller or Frank Kaminsky?
I think Frank Kaminsky. He's been playing a little bit better than Cody Zeller recently, right? No.
No.
I thought he had a couple of good games.
I think they were pretty
wait,
even
didn't he
at
have
one
like
point.
20-point game?
Yeah,
Didn't he
they're
have like 20-point game.
they were pretty even at one point, but I think recently Cody Zeller has taken the edge, and Frank Kaminsky is pretty much a shitter right now. So
over
yeah.
the last 4 games, he's scored 6 points, 6 points, 3 points, and 4 points.
And what are those rebound numbers?
Blocks and rebounds.
I think 6, 5, 5, and 5.
Yeah, complete shitter right now.
That's what happens when you have 2 white guys coming up for a black start. Anyways,
Yeah.
Cody Zeller.
Yeah, Cody Zeller. Okay, so this one's a harder
How's this
one.
even an option?
It's for those guys that don't know who to pick if they're really desperate for somebody this week. Next guy, next 2 guys, twins, Marcus Morris and Markieff Morris, Detroit Pistons and Phoenix Suns. Who did you answer to, Randy?
If I need someone right now, I would go Marcus. If I want to bench and hope for potential, I would go with Markieff. Because I think Markieff is going to get traded, and there might be a chance he might not sneak it up.
Okay, and Max?
No idea.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the teams right now.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Wait, Marcus Morris is getting more burn than Markieff, right, on Detroit?
Right now.
Or is it the other way around? Yeah. Right now he's getting more burn, right? Yeah. If you need stuff right now, then go with Marcus. But then, yeah, if Markieff gets traded to like another situation, then yeah, I'll probably go with Marcus right now.
Okay, I'm pretty much on the same boat as you guys. Marcus is putting up decent numbers right now. I mean, Ilyasova is hurting him a little bit, but Markieff Morris, we know that guy can put up numbers. He has put up numbers in the past in this with the Suns, but he's pretty much in the doghouse in the Suns right now. He's getting like DNPs for no reason. They're definitely gonna trade him. I'm just curious as to where he's gonna go. And if you need a stash for a late run in your fantasy season, pick up Markieff. If not, Marcus may be able to chip in a little bit here and there for you right now. Alright, so next 2 guys. This is because Jack is out for the season. We have 2 point guards. that are gonna pretty much soak up his minutes. We got Shane Larkin and Donald Sloan. Who you pick? Randy, let's go.
Shane Larkin.
Or Max first. Shane Larkin.
Yeah. I heard Donald Sloan sucks.
And Randy.
Yeah.
I would go Donald Sloan. For some reason, I have no faith in Shane Larkin. I think Donald Sloan is a veteran point guard. He's going to give you something consistently, and I think Brooklyn is rather going to take something that's consistent than the sporadic Larkin. But overall, I think they just fired their head coach. They've wrapped up the season and they've given up. So it's hard to know what they're going to do. They could just sell the whole team and maybe bring in some new talent. So who knows what's going to happen next for them. But with the information we have now, I'm tempted to go Sloan.
For myself, I think Shane Larkin has a lot of opportunity. They've been giving him that opportunity, but he hasn't making any use of it. I think this guy is complete trash. Donald Sloan is not good either, but like Randy said, he's been in the league for a while, and like he stayed in the league for a reason. So I mean, he can put up slightly better numbers than Larkin, and even in the last game, they even opted to start him in the second half instead of Larkin. So yeah, I like Donald Sloan. Either way, though, I don't think you should bank on any of these players. I think by the trade deadline, they're going to pick up a new point guard. I'm thinking we might see a Tony Roten or some sort of player like that. Maybe.
Yeah, probably Tony Roten.
Yeah, Tony Roten.
Probably Tony Roten.
Maybe Gary Neal? I don't know if Gary Neal will
Wait,
get
Gary Neal
traded.
got waived?
No, he's still
Where
on
is
the
he right
team.
now?
He's still on Washington.
Okay.
And then there's also, I think, the Dallas Mavericks situation with their point guards. Maybe somebody from there may be able to get to Brooklyn as well too. But I don't know. That's either of these guys. They're pretty trash. But if you really have to pick one, I would go with Donald Sloan.
Maybe a Ty Lawson. That would be pretty exciting if Ty Lawson can.
Oh, Ty Lawson, yes. He has been a complete shitter as well recently. And he's like
So much for being the missing piece for Houston.
right. And I mean, he's serving another suspension for DUI. Man, that guy needs to get his shit together. The guy really needs to get his shit together. Like they try to start the season putting the ball in his hands, and it's back in Harden's hands again. So I don't know.
How would you ever take it off Harden's hand? He's such a...
It's the turnovers and the bad passes. But otherwise, like,
Yeah.
if he's gonna carry the team offensively and play ISO ball and stuff like that, then yeah, sure, give it to him. But yeah, he's kind of weird to play with. Next couple of guys, we have Channing Frye and Aaron Gordon on the Orlando Magic. Max, which of the two?
I am inclined to say Channing Frye because I've been a fan of him for a while, but ever since he left Phoenix, I just don't know what he's been up to.
Mm-hmm.
And Aaron Gordon, I think he has a lot of upside, and
Mm-hmm.
he's a lot of upside, but he's kind of flown under the radar either. But I still, for old time's sake, I want to go with Channing Frye. I don't know how well he's doing this season, to be honest.
And Randy?
I really wouldn't want either guy right now, but if I had to pick, I would definitely go Aaron Gordon, because Orlando stinks, so they might as well play Gordon.
Yeah, that's true. Channing Frye's kind of run its course already.
Right, and same thing here. Channing Frye has been pretty, like, you know what you're gonna expect from him. But if you're on a Orlando team and you want to develop some young players, I would probably stick with Aaron Gordon as well. And he does have tremendous upside. Speaking of which, did you guys see his dunk the other night? I think it was yesterday. He did a double clutch reverse or behind the back dunk. That was some crazy shit.
Behind the back.
Yeah, like it was off
It
it was
was
off a pass
yesterday.
by Mario Hizonia. If you guys haven't seen
Uh-huh.
that highlight,
Oh yeah.
guys go search it up on NBA's YouTube page. Look for Aaron Gordon's dunk. It is
Sorry.
ridiculous. It's like
All right, I'm looking it up right now.
I think it's like one of the nicest dunks of the year. Maybe the dunk of the year, I would say. But yeah, this guy's super athletic and he does have a lot of
Dunk of the
upside.
year. Okay.
Are you watching the clip right now?
All right, look.
I want to see your reaction to this.
The internet's still kind of bugged.
Uh, all right. In the meantime,
It's loading slow for me. Yeah.
in the meantime, you guys can keep your eye on Max, and I'm gonna introduce the next segment that we have. Calling this segment the "Drop It Like It's Hot." This segment,
That is pretty nice.
yo, wasn't it so nice? It's such a
Pretty
ridiculous
nice
dunk.
Pretty fly for a white guy.
All right, so
Yeah,
drop it like it's hot. This section is pretty much guys that you may have sitting on your bench or something like that. You're not sure if you want to give them up or anything like that.
Damn, he rattled the rim as well. Like the whole backboard was shaking. That's pretty nice.
He smashed the rim. He jammed it in like crazy.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
At first I was like, oh, whatever. LeBron does it a couple of times as well, but LeBron didn't do it with that much force. So yeah, that was pretty impressive.
All right, so if you have these guys on your in your lineup or something, you have them stashed away. I feel like maybe us telling you it's okay to let these guys go. Maybe you guys can drop him and pick up somebody with more upside. So first guy we'll talk about, Toronto Raptor, Bismack Biyombo. What are your thoughts on him?
EV8?
Droppable?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's droppable. He's back on the bench. He's still putting up like good numbers, but that's adjusted to minutes. So he's still getting blocks here and there, and he's still probably getting like 10 rebounds a game, and he's still probably shooting close to 50%. But like he's getting kind of dump offs from DeRozan or something like that, or Corey Joseph. But then he's not putting up big numbers that like he used to when he was starting.
Mhm.
But yeah, droppable.
How about Randy? Ty Lawson.
Ooh, I think he's worth keeping if you think he's gonna get traded, or Houston's magically gonna Houston is magically gonna figure out how to use him. But if you're not in a very deep league, yeah, he's jump him, heartbeat.
Okay. Max, how about Zach LaVine?
Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Zach LaVine. What team he's on? He's on Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, he's like coming off the bench now, right?
Something like
Um,
that.
Yeah, he's playing behind
Kevin
Wiggins
Martin.
and Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin's still on Timberwolves. All
Still.
right. Nah, I don't like him.
You're gonna
I
drop
like
him?
watching him, but I don't like him. I would drop him. See if I can get anything in return. Cause like this just situation right now, their 1, 2, and 3 position is pretty loaded. So I don't think they need him. And plus, he's not gonna get much shots between Wiggs and Cat. He's not gonna get. He's not gonna put that many numbers. It's probably just like a highlight dunk here and there.
He's definitely got lots of upside. I was pretty big on him, but he just can't seem to find that upside. So, yeah, I would say drop him.
I think he'd be a very good trading piece. Like not in fantasy, but like in the league, he'd be a very good trading piece because he does have a lot of upsides, and he proved that he can shoot, he can drive, he can dunk. So probably just needs a better situation where he gets like more touches, more shots.
All right, next guy, Randy, JJ Barea, Dallas Mavericks. Droppable?
I think yes. He had his little moment while everyone was injured, but as we said earlier, that point guard situation in Dallas is just crap, to say the least. So until they clear it up, I really wouldn't pick up any guards from Dallas unless you're really desperate.
All right. Going to the Phoenix Suns, Max Tyson Chandler.
He's done. No. I think Tyson Chandler has historically been like a rim protector, and in terms of like any other stats, he kind of eats off like teammates. If his like main distributor is out, then yeah. I think Tyson Chandler had his time in the limelight already. So, yep.
I agree. I think his time in New York was the best he's had. So he's been downhill from then.
Dallas and New York. Like
Dallas
the first stint with Dallas, the championship run.
Yeah.
And then with Dallas championship run, and then his time in New York was pretty good. And like now he's done. He's had a very solid career, nothing to feel bad about. He's got a championship. So yeah.
All right.
Can go to senior home.
So we're more or less coming to the end of the podcast this week. We just want to do a final shout out here. The guy we want to talk about is Mr. DeMar DeRozan, Toronto Raptors. Okay, so some reporters were asking him about the upcoming summer and everything like that, and he is expected to opt out of his contract and hit the open markets, but he does say that he intends on staying with the Raptors. The Raptors are extremely confident that they can retain him, and I think it makes 100% complete sense for us to grab him with whatever we can, because he's the core of the team. Like him, Lowry, it's not the same without these guys, and this is what DeMar had to say about that. So he said, "That's one thing you can never question, my loyalty to the city. How much I really love and appreciate the team and the organization. I think all the fans understand that. A lot of times they don't understand how contracts or things like that work, but I've always stressed that this is where I want to be my whole career." So as a Toronto Raptors fan...
That's such a politically correct thing to say.
Is that all it is to you? Like, do you think...
I mean,
Yeah. Do you think that's all?
Of course you're gonna say that. First of all, mm-hmm.
That's all it is to you, though. You're just saying that he's just saying that just to be politically correct. You don't think he fully believes it?
At the end of the day, it's like loyalty is one thing, but then money is also another thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, like I don't doubt that he wants to stay in Toronto, but if Toronto is not going to give him the deal that he wants, then obviously he's going to go, because at the end of the day, it is about money. And what he's saying right now is just very ambiguous and very, very correct, and he's definitely going to opt out because he can get more money that way with the new cap.
Right.
So, so it's 100% sure he's going to opt out, and I'm 99.999% sure Toronto is going to throw him the max, and if Toronto is not throwing him the max, then you can expect him elsewhere. I don't think he's going to take a pay cut.
I think he's definitely going to get a max deal from the Toronto Raptors. But the other thing that people seem to think is that maybe he may want to go back to LA. Randy, what do you think about that?
I mean, where is he gonna go? The Clippers don't really have space for him.
Lakers.
Unless it's a signing trade. The Lakers are god awful. I don't know why DeMar would want to go there. He's starting to get the feeling of winning with the Raptors, and I don't think he wants to throw that away to play for a losing ball club. That's not gonna have Kobe next season.
Right.
And it's just going to be with Swaggy P, Lou Williams,
right.
Roy Hibbert. It's horrendous.
He's getting reunited with Lou Williams. And then Swaggy P, that's a Drew League.
Wait, who the hell thought it was a good idea to put Swaggy P and Lou Williams on the same team?
This is like
I lump Swaggy P, Lou Williams, and J.R. Smith, and to some extent Jamal Crawford together, because they're just high-volume chuckers that can chuck you in or out of a game. And
the Lakers,
one idiot on the team, you can't have the two.
The Lakers would become a Drew League team.
Pretty much,
The
yes.
kings of the Drew League.
They sign Baron Davis, bring him back out of retirement, keep Meta World Peace for another season, and continue to be the worst team in the league, battling the Philadelphia 76ers every night. But no, I don't see.
At least
DeMar
Philly
Green
has a
on
future.
that.
When you look at Jahlil Okafor, he looks good. If you look at Ish Smith, he looks good. Like, Noel is getting better, and Embiid's coming back, so at least they look good. But with Lakers right now, it's Jordan Clarkson. Yeah, yes. Yeah, like I guess Lakers look okay. I think the fun thing to watch right now is to see who picks up faster, Philly or Lakers.
Yeah, so
It's about time Lakers sucked.
yeah, so I know a lot of speculation about DeRozan going to the Lakers, but I don't think that's gonna happen either. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's a great organization and everything like that, but why would you want to go into a team like that? Like, and plus, we've shown DeRozan so much love in Toronto, and I think he definitely feels that as well too. And I mean, this is his home away from home, right? So I think when he says that he wants to be here his whole career, I truly do think he means it. And I would like to see DeRozan as a lifer in Toronto. We don't have any guy that's been committed to the team like this before, so I would like to see him continue to stick with Toronto.
The
and
only
keep
chance
building
I can
this.
see DeRozan leaving, the only chance I can see DeRozan leaving is if there's like a magical big three that's being formed with Kevin Durant, DeRozan, and like another superstar and like some weird free agency. That's the only like. I think it's like a winning formula right now, and you know,
How about
he's got a lot to lose, and yeah, it's very hard to win. So I don't see him leaving. It's not like Chris Bosh, where kind of Raptors were treadmilling in and out of playoffs in a weak Eastern Conference.
Mhm.
So
how about
I don't see DeRozan leaving.
Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, and Kevin Durant? Oh, and the Raptors.
I honestly think Kevin Durant has no reason coming to Toronto Raptors.
He doesn't,
Like,
but he
I
loves the
honestly
Raptors.
think- Everyone loved the Raptors back then because of Vince Carter.
It's true.
It's just like how everyone loves the Cleveland Cavaliers because LeBron is on it, but then if LeBron's not there, it's like how everyone loved Miami Heat because LeBron was on it. Then
Right.
once LeBron is gone, it's like they don't give a crap about Miami Heat. It's the same thing. People like Toronto Raptors because Vince Carter was on it. They don't even actually like the team or like the city.
Right.
Like he likes Drake maybe, but
Fuck Drake.
Drake can't poach. He's
I mean,
gonna get fined.
we love you, Drake. Toronto, yeah. But yeah, DeRozan in Toronto. If you guys are watching this and you haven't done so already, go vote for DeRozan and Lowry to get them to the
haven't done so.
All-Star game. Go do it.
Single votes.
Yeah, go do it. Get our guys to the All-Star game, man. We need these two guys to represent the city. So, and DeRozan definitely deserves
I
to
think
be there.
I think they're getting in, even if DeRozan can't get selected. Okay, first of all, I think Kyle Lowry is definitely in. I think DeRozan's going to be in too. If he's not in the official guard reserves, he's going to at least win a wild card. I think he's been so out of his mind recently that it would be a huge injustice.
Right.
Bigger than, bigger than Lowry's snub like a couple seasons ago if DeRozan doesn't get it.
Well, I know that DeRozan does want to be he wants to be voted in by the coaches, because it would mean a lot more to him than being voted in by the fans. Like he wants to.
Yeah, he's not
actually earn
gonna
the
get
spot.
voted in by fan.
Yeah,
Honestly, East Star is probably gonna be Dwayne Wade and Kyrie Irving.
and John Wall.
Yeah, and then
Is it not selected by the winningest coach in the conference?
no,
I think
it's
it's-
fan voted. Starters are fan voted.
There are fan votes
Yeah.
and there's also coach votes too. So
Coach votes for reserves, and fan votes is for starters.
Yeah, so I don't see why the coach wouldn't take DeMar DeRozan.
hmm
I think
Because you have
he's-
Kyrie Irving, and then you have Dwayne Wade, so you have 2 more slots for guards, and then you have potentially 1 wild card. So let's go down the list. Assuming Kyrie Irving and Dwayne Wade's gonna make it.
I don't know if
So,
Kyrie's gonna
who are you
make it
snub?
though.
Are you gonna snub John Wall?
I
No,
think.
he's gonna get voted in. That's the problem.
Do you think Kyrie's really gonna make it though? He just started playing. Does he deserve
I
it?
think he's gonna get voted in. He's leading the he's like second on
the
voting
polls?
right now for the
Okay.
East. So yeah, in the poll. So he's definitely gonna get voted in. I think Dwayne Wade's gonna get voted in as well. And I'm not gonna be mad if Dwayne Wade makes it. I mean, like it's not like Kyrie is undeserving either.
Mhm.
But now you have John Wall.
Right.
Now you have Jimmy B. And
Kyle
now you
Lowry.
have DeRozan. Now you have Kyle Lowry. So that's like 4 guards. There's
Mhm.
like 6 guards worthy of All-Star votes.
Mhm.
And yeah, this is that one season where you wish DeRozan was a small forward so he can play behind like LeBron and Carmelo or something.
Yeah, that's
Oh
pretty
well.
much it.
I
But
mean, we'll see.
I hope he does get into the All Star game. We want him to rep Toronto, and yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as you're done with this video, go to the NBA website, vote him in. Even if it's not a coach's vote, even if he's voted by fans and stuff like that, it will still be great to see him in the All Star game. So go and do that. So that pretty much wraps it up. If you guys enjoyed what you guys saw today, if you like the new format, the new layout, and everything like that, give us a thumbs up. Let us know in the comments down below what you want to hear more of. If you want to see more of these little mini games that we have in the podcast, let us know. Yeah, just tell us what's on your mind so that we can continue to make better episodes for you each and every week. And hit the subscribe button again, hit the thumbs up button, and see you guys all next week. Peace.
Peace.
All right, bye.